Hi, everyone. Carmen Didisco with the Launch Network. We have an awesome show today with Mr. Warren Tuttle from Inventor Confidential. Warren, what's happening, my friend?
Hey, Carmine, it's so good to see you. And I'm so excited. We're going to do these short, 10-minute segments now and divide them up and really get into the book. And it'd be a great supplement for people who have read the book. So you and I have done a lot of shows and programs together, but this one's going to be dedicated to Inventor Confidential, which I spent the last 2 years writing. So thanks so much for helping me do this.
Oh, it's no problem. And like you said, it's really not a show. We're just going to step through the book, talk all about it. I mean, that's going to cover a lot of ground, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think what we'll do is, 15 or 20 of these segments, keep them to 10 minutes. People can watch them one at a time. And what better place to start with than why I wrote the book? I mean, we can get into other subjects as we move forward, but I thought maybe we'd have a little discussion about that, if you don't mind.
That's great. I would love to hear. A lot of people have asked me, hey, why did Warren do that?
Well, it's a very good question. And by the way, the early take on the book has been terrific. A lot of 5-star reviews on Amazon, which has been unbelievable. And we do appreciate it when people read it and go on Amazon and review it. And I've been getting tremendous, emails, phone calls, everybody weighing in and lots of good wishes and success with the book. So, I wrote this book, Carmine, for several different reasons. First of all, I waited a long time. I've been very involved in the inventor community for 25 years. I've been having people come to me for years about writing a book. And quite frankly, I'm just too busy, living life and doing all the things I'm doing than to stop and write a book because it's a lot of work. It's a tremendous amount of work. But my friend Jeff Mangus finally convinced me after time, he wore me down that we had to tell the story from the inside. So I wrote it really for 3 reasons. I wrote it, number one, because I play a very unusual role in the inventor community, being an open innovation director. Okay. I run open innovation programs for a couple of companies. For many years, have done the open innovation program for Lifetime Brands, one of the largest housewares companies in the US, the largest non-electrics housewares company, publicly traded company under Elcut with 2,000 employees, 40,000 products, and almost $1 billion in sales. They own the brand name Farberware and either license or own many other brand names. I did it for many years for Tektronix Industries, a several billion-dollar division of a bigger company, but that makes Ryobi and rigid power tools. And that was unbelievable because I got a lot of experience in the hardware space. And then I also helped merchant media in the DRTV space. So I have a tremendous amount of experience, and I realized that nobody's written a book from the inside of companies about licensing, how to approach companies and everything. People have written sort of, interviews with other people. They've written marketing books, they've written inventor books, but nobody has written from the inside with firsthand experience. And I have more firsthand experience in the open innovation program world than pretty much anybody in America. And certainly in the houseware space, Lifetime Brands is the #1 open innovation program. So I wanted to tell that story of all the things I've learned over the last 15 years of how people really get through the matrix. I also wanted to tell the nonprofit story. As you know, Carmen, being involved in the new president of the United Inventors Association, why nonprofits are important, why not charging inventors and giving them information is important. And I think that was something that I've learned from the ground up by being a member of the local inventor club and serving the UIA for many years. So I wanted to tell that story. And the third thing is there's a lot of folks out there that are challenging to inventors. And some of them are individuals, entities, small companies that charge inventors upfront for marketing services. I use the term marketing loosely because it involves a lot of different things. I mean, we know the traditional invention submission companies, but we also know there's coaches out there, coaching platforms and companies and so forth, and marketers that otherwise lend a hand to inventors, but charge them. I wanted to make sure that inventors are aware of what questions to ask those people. And I also wanted to give an overview, and this is really important, of innovation in America in a lot of the big companies, particularly the big tech companies, and changes in our patent laws, and a lot of challenges on that front as well about where they have to go and navigate the importance of patents, the importance of doing various things, developing your products and so forth, but then also understanding the lay of the land. So really it's my open innovation background and an individual unique take on how to approach companies for licensing, the nonprofit mission, and challenges to the inventor, both for people that take money from inventors and the whole innovation ecosystem and what we need to do in America to keep us the most innovative country on the planet.
Mm. It's one thing that strikes me, Warren, is it all kind of comes down to licensing success. And I don't think there's anyone who's really helped people license their product, whether they licensed it through you or the advice you've given, more than you. I mean, if you really think about it, and you're not bragging, you've helped thousands of people.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I've over the last 15 years, have easily, helped over 100,000 people either review products, back and forth with emails, meetings, telephone conversations, Skype calls around the world, and so forth. I mean, I do this all day long. I work with folks. I have, as soon as we finish today, Carmen, I have an interview with someone with a DRTV product. So there's a lot of help. I don't charge because number one, I had a lot of success bringing highly successful products to market. Many of them, including Misto, including SmartSpin, Toss and Turn Can, and on and on. But I also have run these open innovation programs. So I'm paid by the company, so I don't have to charge inventors. So that allows me to be really open and free. The ironic thing is that there's people that help inventors, coach them and all, and help them supposedly with licensing agreements, but we never hear of their success ratios and how much back people made, and if they covered the cost of what they paid and so forth. So I want to be entirely out of that arena of having people question, the results. And the ironic thing is too that a lot of those people send the inventors, guess who, to me, and I end up for free, helping them, even though they're paying other folks for the services. So this all takes place, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in next episodes. But it's a little bit of why I do play a very unique role, and I want to have people hear it from my own lips, not have other people describe it. Hear it from me. If you want to talk to me, I'm here. I'll talk anytime and try to explain to you the difference between what I do and what's going out there in the arena.
Awesome. Well, Warren, thanks for jumping on here. This is the first piece of the puzzle of your book that you've been working on. I mean, it hasn't been 2 years. It took that long, huh?
It took almost that long. We'll talk about it in upcoming episodes.
Yeah.
COVID delayed things as well, but it's a lot of work, and it's nice to finally have it out and people reviewing it. You never know how it's going to go over, but I've gotten many, favorable, videos and expressions and stuff. Now I understand people sometimes tell you what you want to hear, so I'm not going to be, too swayed by positive comments. But I do feel that there's a lot of people who I respect are gaining things and are quoting things from the book, and I think it's going to be, we'll talk a little bit more about who's endorsed and all the other things, but I think it's going to be, I think it's going to have an impact on our community, hopefully.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Warren. And all you listeners out there, thanks for joining in, and stay tuned for our next episode on Inventor Confidential with Mr. Warren Tuttle. You all take care.